What's happening? My name is Don Russo from Freeway Music. Today I'm going to give you your first lesson for guitar and get you playing as quickly as possible. Let's jump on in. So the first thing we want to do is talk about how to hold your guitar. You want to make sure that the contour of the guitar is sitting on your hip. You want the guitar body under your arm, and you want your neck to be slightly angled out from your body, not pointing down, but just above parallel. Next, we're going to talk about holding a pick. You just want to shake your hand out and put the pick in where it naturally would fall between your index and thumb, and choke up just a little bit. I like to choke up a little bit. And then for your arm, you're just going to slightly bend it up into place. Okay, let's play. We're going to start off with some open strings. I'm going to start here on the low E string, which is this big old thick guy right here. We're going to play that and move down through the strings. So here, this is low E. And we have A, D, G, B, and then high E. So we call this high E, low E, because we have two E's. This one's high in pitch, this one's low in pitch. A cool little acronym that you can use to memorize the strings is Eddie, 8, dynamite, goodbye, Eddie. I understand that goodbye is actually one word, but we're going to split it into two words for this. Now we're going to fret notes. First of all, what is a fret? The fret's actually going to be the wire, not the space between the wires. We're going to start off by doing an exercise where we work up from the first fret all the way to the 12th fret where these two dots are. I'm going to start off by playing open E, high E. Then I'm going to put my first finger on the first fret. So when positioning your hand, you want to make sure your thumb is behind the neck and that your hand's coming up kind of at just if you were just to naturally grip the neck. Don't put your hand up on the neck like this. It's sort of like squeezing a tennis ball. So first fret, second fret. A couple things to keep in mind: stay close to the fret wire. You don't want to get too far back because it'll buzz, or on top because it'll be muted, just behind it. You also want to make sure that you don't press too hard because it'll go slightly sharp. And you can keep your thumb roughly right behind where your index finger is. And then if you'd like to, you can go backwards and then just repeat this exercise on each string. All right, now that we've learned how to fret notes, let's play a song. So we're gonna start off by using the high E string to play this song, and we're gonna use tablature to read it. So tablature can be shortened to just tab or tabs. So there's gonna be a line on the screen representing the string, and the numbers will represent the frets that I'm playing over here in my left hand, and you're gonna read it from left to right. So let's just give it a shot. That was an example of a simple tab. A full tab sheet has 6 lines, each line representing one of the 6 strings on the guitar. The top line is your high E string, the bottom line will be your low E string. It seems a little upside down, but if you flip your guitar and you look down at your guitar, it looks like it would look on the sheet. What we're gonna do is take that first riff that we played and just move it down to the B string. So here we go, let's try it on the B string. Cool. So when you see 2 numbers on top of each other, what you're gonna do is play both of them at the same time. So we're gonna take that same riff we did earlier and do it on the middle 2 strings, just like this. If you're interested in learning more songs with tabs, we've made a video for you. It's got 10 pretty simple songs using single strings, really fun and very approachable for a beginner. So check that out if you'd like to learn more songs via tab. Speaking of 2 notes together, we're gonna move into chords. First of all, what is a chord? It's when you play 2 or more notes together. And we read these by using chord charts. When you look at a chord chart, it's gonna be as if you had the perspective of the guitar this way. The top thick line up here is gonna be what's called the nut. Each of these lines are gonna be your frets. These long lines this way are gonna be your strings. The first chord we're gonna play is G7. Take a look at your chord chart and that'll tell you where to put your fingers. If you see a dot, that means you're gonna play a fretted note. For example, if you see a dot on the first fret of the first string, you put your finger there. And it may dictate which finger to use. So, 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you see one of those numbers next to that particular dot, it's telling you which finger to use. In this example, we're gonna use our first finger. Now, if you see a 0 above the nut, that's gonna be an open string. So in this particular example, we have open B and G. If you see an X above the nut, that means do not play those strings. So in this particular example, we wouldn't play the D, the A, or the low E. It's gonna strum these 3 strings together. And you got a G7 chord. Let's play a simple chord song. We're gonna use that G7 from earlier, and then we're gonna add a C chord. So this 1-finger C chord, we'll have our first finger on the first fret of the B string. You'll see the dot on the chart. There'll be a 0 for the high E and for the G. Make sure that you clear out this high E by arching your finger over. This is gonna be a 1-finger C chord. We will not play D, A, or low E, and you'll know that because there's gonna be X's on the chart. Great, 1-finger C chord, and we're gonna be switching to the 1-finger G7 chord, just back and forth between those 2 chords. So here we go. We're gonna jump in by using whole notes. Whole notes are when you play a chord and hold it out for 4 beats. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. And switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can try tapping your foot and bobbing your head if you want to. I think it helps me internalize the rhythm. Let's do this again, this time with quarter notes. A quarter note is when you actually strum for every beat, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, switch, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can give yourself a little breather between if you need to, like this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you first start switching chords, it can be difficult. So, give yourself a little grace and, have a little breather in between the chords if you need to. But now you'll be playing a little simple chord song. All right, we covered a lot today, and now it's time to practice. So here's what you can do to practice. First of all, check out that video that we have with 10 single string songs. That's a great way to get started with reading tabs and playing. You can continue this chord exercise, and if you want to get more in depth on any subject, just check out the playlist that we have where we go in more detail about holding the guitar, parts of the guitar, reading tabs, chord charts, etc. Just check those out, and good luck. See you in the next video.